Spanning deserts, mountains, and valleys for more than 21,000 kilometers, the Great Wall of China stands as one of humanity's most incredible feats of engineering and endurance. Built over centuries, brick by brick, stone by stone, it was designed to protect an empire, defend against invasions, and control trade routes. But the Great Wall is more than just a massive wall stretching across the landscape. It is a living monument that tells stories of emperors and warriors, of hope and heartbreak, and of sacrifice on a scale few can imagine. From the earliest foundations laid over 2,000 years ago to the towering watchtowers of the Ming Dynasty, every inch has a tale to tell. In this video, we'll explore 10 fascinating facts about the Great Wall of China, from its staggering length to its secret military strategies to legendary love stories carved into its stones. Whether you're a history buff, a traveler, or simply curious about this ancient wonder, prepare to uncover the mysteries behind one of the world's greatest icons. This is Insight Vault, and here are 10 things you should know about the Great Wall of China. When people talk about the Great Wall of China, they often imagine a long wall winding through green mountains. But how long is it really? Straight ruler, the total length of the Great Wall, including its many branches, trenches, and natural barriers, is an astonishing 21,196 kilometers. That's over 13,000 miles, nearly half the circumference of Earth. Globe showing Europe, Africa. To put it into perspective, if you started walking the wall from one end to the other without stopping, it would take you about 18 months, and that's only if you walked 25 kilometers a day. Calendar, the wall wasn't built all at once. It was constructed in sections over 2,000 years, across various dynasties, from the Warring States period, through the Qin dynasty, and well into the Ming dynasty, which built much of what we see today. Bricks, but the wall is more than just stone and bricks. It's a symbol of China's ancient strength, determination, and unity, built not just to keep invaders out, but to mark the edge of a civilization that has endured for millennia. So next time someone says just a wall, you'll know better. It's one of the greatest construction feats in human history, stretching farther than most people will travel in a lifetime. The Great Wall wasn't just a wall, it was a military defense network, carefully designed with strategic passes, watchtowers, and fortresses placed along its length. Across some of the most important passes included Jiayuguan Pass in the west, Shenheguan Pass in the east, and Jiayongyuan Pass near Beijing. These were heavily fortified gates, allowing for trade, inspection, and military deployment. Each pass was surrounded by massive fortresses, often layered with multiple walls, garrisons, and barracks. Soldiers stationed there could quickly respond to enemy invasions or signal warnings using beacons and smoke towers. Sparkler, when enemies approached, fires lit on the towers would alert nearby troops within minutes, a form of ancient long-distance communication called the beacon tower system. These strategic outposts turned the wall into a living, breathing line of defense, not just a barrier, but a coordinated military system protecting China's heartland. Building the Great Wall wasn't the project of a single emperor. It was a multi-dynastic effort spanning more than 2,000 years. Japanese castle, the earliest walls date back to the 7th century BC, during the Warring States period, when rival kingdoms built defensive barriers. But the first unifying construction came under Qin Shi Huang, China's first emperor, in 221 BC. Bricks, his version, connected existing walls into one continuous defense, using labor from hundreds of thousands of workers, including soldiers, peasants, and prisoners. Mantelpiece, later dynasties added, expanded, and rebuilt the wall. The Ming Dynasty, 1368–1644, built most of what remains today, over 8,800 kilometers of stone, brick, and mortar. Few construction projects in history have lasted this long. The Great Wall wasn't just built, it was reborn across generations. When people hear wall, they imagine a long, straight barrier, but the Great Wall is far more complex. Sunrise over mountains, it snakes over mountains, deserts, plateaus, and river valleys. Some sections are over 7 meters high, others are barely standing ruins. In many places, it's more like a fortified corridor than a single line. It includes moats, battlements, towers, trenches, and barriers built with local materials. Some parts are stone, others are tamped earth or wood. Brain engineers of ancient China adapted to harsh environments, even creating curved paths and steep stairways to follow the land's natural defense lines. So no, it's not just a wall. It's an ancient defense masterpiece that combined terrain, tactics, and technology like no other. You might think the entire wall is made from bricks and stones, but that's only true for some parts, especially those built by the Ming. Earlier sections were made with whatever was available locally: compacted earth, reeds, sand, wood, and even rice flour mortar. Bricks in desert regions, walls were made from bundles of sand and reeds, stacked and compacted. In mountainous areas, large stones were shaped by hand and set without modern tools. The Ming Dynasty introduced bricks and stone slabs, dramatically increasing durability, and that's why many of those sections remain today. The wall is a living archive of ancient Chinese construction, where every brick and trench tells a story of resourcefulness and survival. The easternmost gate of the Ming-era wall is Shanhaiguan, also known as the First Pass Under Heaven. Water wave this magnificent fortress stands where the wall meets the Bohai Sea, symbolizing the start of the wall's journey across China. Castle Shanhaiguan was more than a gate, it was a military command center, surrounded by moats, barbicans, and high stone towers. Direct hit, it famously defended against nomadic invasions, and even played a pivotal role in the fall of the Ming Dynasty, when it was breached during internal conflict. If you want to walk where emperors and generals once stood, Shanhaiguan is the perfect place to start your Great Wall journey. In the west, the Great Wall ends at Jiayuguan Pass, a remote but vital stronghold in Gansu Province. Surrounded by desert, Jiayuguan was a critical link on the Silk Road, defending China's interior from nomadic raids. Japanese Castle the Pass is a massive stone fortress, with inner and outer gates, towers, and steep walls rising from the desert floor. Dove local legend says the fortress was so perfectly calculated that only one leftover brick remained after its construction, a testament to Ming-era engineering precision. Jiayuguan marked the final checkpoint for travelers, soldiers, and merchants leaving Imperial China. It was the edge of civilization and the beginning of the unknown. One of the Great Wall's most famous legends is the tragic love story of Meng Jiangnu. Broken heart when her husband was taken to build the wall and died from exhaustion, Meng Jiangnu traveled thousands of miles to find him. Bricks upon learning he was buried within the wall, she wept so bitterly that a section of the wall collapsed, revealing his remains. This tale isn't just myth, it reflects the suffering of countless laborers who gave their lives to build the wall. Her story is carved in Chinese folklore, a symbol of love, sorrow, and defiance against injustice. Loudspeaker narrator. While history often focuses on emperors and soldiers, thousands of women also shaped the Great Wall's legacy. Women farmers, some were laborers and cooks, others were mothers, wives, or daughters who followed conscripted men, providing care and moral support at camps. Thread women also made supplies, mended clothing, and passed stories that kept the culture alive in the most remote outposts. Their sacrifices, though rarely written in stone, helped hold together the wall behind the wall, the one built on loyalty, family, and endurance. The Great Wall isn't just a physical barrier, it's a national symbol, embodying the strength, spirit, and history of China. Japanese Castle today, it draws millions of visitors each year. It's listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site and featured in global media, films, and literature. Milky Way, some believe it's visible from space, a myth, but that's not the point. Its true legacy lies not in its visibility, but in its message, that with unity, purpose, and perseverance, even the greatest challenges can be overcome brick by brick.